homes, or restore your dead to life. But perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our King.
Restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our King.
you justice.
And we are live, and I think we're good with the camera. I think it's okay.
Yeah, not bad at all.
All right, let me move that. Probably won't be able to hear me. Let's try to move that back for everybody there. Hello, hello, hello. We are live. Can you hear us now? The mandatory mic check. We have somebody with us here, but I'm not announcing who he is. I'm not announcing who he is yet. Special guest in the house. He found the secret lair.
Yes.
But I will announce his name in a minute, but I want you guys to guess. Hello,
Yes.
hello. Let's see what we got going on here.
Not the ones that know me.
Yes, not the ones that. There's a couple that know. Please don't say it. Don't say it.
It's too late.
Wait a minute. Somebody say it.
Yeah, somebody found the bat cave.
Yeah.
Damn it, Jennifer.
Well, maybe everybody didn't read that comment. So we'll see. Maybe we'll see if we get anybody else. Are we good? Are we streaming right?
Paul McDermott says Riddick looks strange.
Yeah. Are we good? Let me see. We're good here. Can everybody hear us? First of all, I didn't see any of those. Yes. Okay, everybody knows now. Apparently.
Yes.
This is K Dubs. Welcome, K Dubs.
What's up, Kyle?
He found the bat cave. He has to sign an NDA before he leaves.
That's true. That's true.
And
You would not believe what I've learned.
I'm telling you, he has seen the amazing technology of this household.
Yes, he has.
He's seen how glamorous it is living the YouTube lifestyle. He's heard it all. He is ready to start his own channel now, I'm sure.
Can I have the honor of saying it?
Oh,
yes.
Proto Stark.
Oh, and there it is. There's the first one of the night. A drink up. Hello. So we have, let's see, Stargarian Ninja, a Conda Amber. Welcome, Matthew, by the way. I saw a new Matthew. Welcome to the chat. Alyssa, Jacqueline, Homer, Demand, Anita, Richard. There's Marty. There's Aaron, Joaquin. I'll never say Aaron right.
Hey, Amanda.
Amanda Gunas, Tennessee's Donna Lang. Riddick loves K-Dubs, actually.
Yeah, man.
He was throwing ball with him earlier and sniffing his balls. So he does.
And then Riddick played with me.
And then, exactly. This works. This is already happening. Amanda Stewart, hello.
What's up, Dan?
Jennifer, CB, Carol Brown, Diane Harris, Harry Young, Nympha Light, Taryn. Really quick, Taryn is going to have I will announce this next week, I believe, Taryn. You correct me if I'm wrong, but she's going to have a Etsy shop for the proto quilt that you guys saw last stream or a couple streams back. So she will let me know when that's all up and ready, and she's going to take orders. So Taryn, she will let me know. So hello, Taryn.
Yeah.
Phenom, Karen W.
Is that what Kyle's going to cover up with tonight when he sleeps on the couch?
Yeah, he's going. He'll fit. He's short enough. I'm kidding. You know this is gonna happen.
3-foot quilt.
Let's see. Exactly. No, Doc Holly, stalking isn't allowed. This was. He didn't just show up. He was in the area. You know, he's in the North Cac anyway. Anita Richard, be careful. Nightbot will find your ass. You know how he is. Let's see. Caesar Morado, welcome, Caesar. I don't recognize that name.
Take off Chris's hat.
Oh, no. See,
Rhaegar Ruby says, no offense, you look like the mountain and Jaime Lannister had a baby. Welcome to our world.
Yes, because you just have to accept it. Look, there's going to be bad comments. Jay from State Farm, the creator of the Sex Boys shirt. Welcome, Jake. Rhaegar Ruby, O'Hara Young, Ashley Marie, Ashley Cullers. She's the one asking to take off my hat.
Yeah.
Hey, K-Dubs.
They got somebody on the inside now.
K-Dubs can vouch, right?
Yeah, he has no hair.
Look, yeah, Impolite says, has Kyle seen the hair?
He has.
Yes.
I have. I'll tell you what, I drove right past the damn house because he wasn't wearing his hat, and I didn't recognize him.
Exactly. That really happened. He's not lying. That actually happened.
Check out this cool hat he gave me. He's sporting it right now.
He gave you. I'm sorry. Yes, that is a badass hat. You can. It's a.
That's because I was just trying to show you that earlier.
Smoke and dust hat there. Can you throw that? Throw it in camera. Yeah, hold it up. I don't know if they can see it.
Yeah, we're
check
living
this
on
hat
the
out. It's pretty cool here. He had it made. Let's see, Princess Scarlet. Hello. Yeah, no, I don't have dreadlocks. Anyway, it's pretty cool. So anyway, what we got going on here? Let me refresh this. So I can't stand this spinning shit. It looks like we're spinning. All right, so let me see what we got on Patreon. First, really quick, where did my Patreon go? There it is. All right, let's see. So first, let's get Patreon going. Randy Suimatsu, thank you, Randy. I think we're all excited about the new spin-off pilot. It's an Age of Heroes story. What characters and stories do you want included in the series? I want to see like the whole damn thing, man. I want to see Bill the Bard stuff. I want to see Brandon the Builder, who may be Brandon the Bloody Blade. I want to see Garth Greenhand. There's all kinds of these are historical figures. And if you don't read A World of Ice and Fire, you may not.
I haven't got there yet.
But yeah, I mean, there's just so much unknown, and that's the good thing about it. I think is it's in a age where we know just little bits, so they can't really screw anything up. You know
that's cool.
So they can kind of do what they want. Let me say this really quickly about this thing. This is what a lot of people were saying, and I kind of get the idea. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
Was they said in this thing that the true origin of the White Walkers. But that doesn't mean we're not going to get the information we need for season 8. That just means like we've seen the origin, but we just saw the act. We just didn't see all the stuff building up to
That's exactly right.
act.
We saw the act.
So that's still great storytelling. That could potentially great storytelling.
That's right.
So that doesn't mean season 8's ruined or something like they're going to withhold something just to do it. They got to finish this one right. You know what I mean? They're not going to like blow the ending of this one just so they have another series to talk about White Walkers.
That's right. Yeah.
But we could see the Night King. That was the only character we could actually see that's still alive.
Well, and that's why I think they said the White Walkers and not the origin of the Night King.
Yes,
just
because
we should
about,
learn that
like,
in
the Night King,
season 8.
what he does after. Like, how does he get his first baby from Craster years and thousands of years later?
Exactly.
Right.
Or did he have any, obviously they already had a war and they were driven back, so he had them before. So, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff there. It doesn't mean the actual creation's wrong, like Bran got it wrong. He didn't go back and see something, a mistake or some shit. You know what I mean? D Brown, thank you, D Brown, on Patreon. I'm so conflicted with the news about the prequel. Do you think they're going to leave us hanging? Here we go with the Night King storyline in season 8. Maybe we see the end game regarding the others, but not the real reason as to their being there. Kind of just what we said. Yeah, I think we have to get the reason he's here now. Otherwise, there's really no point. It's almost just a good versus evil thing, and that's just not his style. So we we got to get that information in season 8. Kind of just what we were saying. There's so much stuff leading up to the creation, and then what he did after that we could see in that story, and why they kept it secret. Like, why didn't they say, "Oh, by the way, we kind of created this race of killing machines." When they did the pack, by the way, they're probably coming to kill you here shortly. Just a heads up.
Right.
Yeah.
But they did kind of, help. They built the wall when it happened and gave them dragon glass every year or so.
Can I jump in here?
No.
All right, cool.
You're in. You're already in.
No, I don't know about everybody else, but I was actually really happy that it wasn't going to be a Targaryen-centric spinoff. Yeah, at least. I mean, later on, sure, but...
I want to see it. But
yeah, I like this choice.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot they can do with it, and you have, if you read the books, and especially dig into the world of Ice and Fire, and you have all these possibly mythological people that supposedly founded all these big houses. I want to see that. I want to see how they came about.
What I saw in the trailer looks like we'll see a lot of giants too.
And
I just had to. I had to say something.
Ice spiders. Ice spiders as big as hounds. Yeah, all that's going to be in there for sure. The trailer is awesome. I'll be breaking that down tomorrow. That's look for that video
And
tomorrow.
when the car transforms,
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ. I was like, is he serious? For just a second. Okay. Philip Abales Harris. Thank you, Philip. He faceless man's magic has worked for years before the dragons, comet, and White Walkers came back. Do you really think the Night King dying would end all magic? Also, what new info do you think Sam will find out from the books he stole from the Citadel?
Borrowed.
Yes, he's going to give it back. Absolutely, when it's over. He probably will, actually.
Knowing Sam.
Knowing Sam, yeah. I'll take these back. No, I don't think that killing the Night King ends magic, Philip. Just to be clear, I think killing the trees would end magic if that theory holds up.
Yep.
The Night King is a result of that.
Of the magic. Yep.
Yeah. So the whole God's Eye, Isle of Faces thing is burning the werewoods would potentially end the source of magic if you believe that, which may or may not work. Who knows? So, I mean, there's still stumps that are, have magical properties and wood that's not even connected to the ground anymore. And for example, in
That's
the Vale,
right.
in the Vale, if you remember in the books, they try to put a werewood tree in the as a heart tree, and it won't take root, but it's probably because it's in the mountains and can't reach the ground. And to tap into werewood.net. So
I'll guarantee that's the reason.
they didn't say that, but obviously that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
If it can't reach the network, so to speak. So, Bo Baratheon, welcome back, Bo Baratheon.
Been a long time, brother.
On Patreon, thank you. Hey, sorry guys, I haven't been around in a while, but I've been rewatching the show again and noticed the mention of Jamie being handed the king several times in the early season. Could this be foreshadowing that Jamie will be handed the king/queen? Much love, Chris and James, Robert's bastard. Where's K-Dub? Because everybody knew he was going to be here. We announced it a month ago. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Jamie, am I reading this right? Did I miss something? Again, that I've noticed they mentioned Jamie being handed the king. You're saying like Cersei, you should be handed the king, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think so. I wouldn't imagine. But I do think it points not an official hand in the king is what I mean. Yeah. Because I think if you tied into the books with his werewood dream, I don't know if y'all remember this in the books, but he has a dream about Rhaegar, and he's failed the king, and he's talking about Jon, the king, the actual king, but Jamie thinks it's talking about the Mad King, which it's kind of both. So I think in that sense he's definitely going to have a rendezvous with Jon and do something to save him or something, at least in the books, based off that dream itself. And in the show, if you remember, he met him in Winterfell, shook his hand, kind of mocked him a little bit. Now he's actually going to be helping the guy out.
Right, but do you think in the show he's going to save Jon's life?
I think it's possible based off that scene. I think there'll be a payoff to that scene where they shook hands and he was like, there's got to be brave men like you protecting us, and it zoomed in on his right hand. So we got that follow-up.
See, I thought maybe that would just be a segue into him having to humble himself when he gets to Winterfell.
It very well could be, for sure. And I think we got to have that kind of scene.
Because he was very condescending.
Yeah. At least a scene with them talking and then probably apologizing for Bran, I'm sure, before they kill him.
Hell yeah.
Because he's going to want to kill him. But then Bran's going to have to stop that or something. So they'll have that. There'll be some drama there for sure. Carol Brown. Thank you, Carol Brown. Here we go with some titles. Greetings, ruler of Carolina Northern Realm, land of Diuretic, player of Fortnite. Oh, I don't know about player. Keeper of smoke, drinker of sundrop, and wearer of the ever-present hat with more titles to be titled. Do you think the prequel will feature the Giants, Bran the Builder, along with the First Men? It would be nice to see beginnings of what becomes the North. Before you called it. Yeah, absolutely.
Me and you, Carol.
Yeah, I think they have to because the big thing was the children and giants were the first races, and they were they wasn't enemies, but they didn't really like each other. They fought a little bit, so I think that's got to be shown. And then the First Men come and start chopping down trees. So we'll see how far. But that was the First Men. It's going from the Age of Heroes, and that begins with the Pact. So you got to have some giants still alive.
Got to, yeah.
So I'd imagine you got to have those, and I would imagine Bran the Builder is probably going to be a big thing.
I do too.
They mentioned specifically the Starks of legend.
Right.
And Bran, there's always a Brandon. In every generation, there's a big Brandon. So I would imagine that and seeing the wall go up, it will be a big thing probably at the end of that series. I would imagine the wall going up will probably end the series, the way they described it.
I think you're right.
As they go into the long night,
Yes.
and they beat it, you figure out why they beat it. They
think
throw
you're
the
right.
wall up and found the Night's Watch, and I think that's probably season 10 of that or whatever it's going to be.
And like you were saying, Bran the Builder, we don't really know much of anything about him, right? It's all legend.
You hear legends.
So they could do almost anything.
They could do almost anything. He raised the wall with magic, supposedly. Winterfell, possibly with magic. He possibly helped Duran, God's grief with Storm's End, so that's possible. Possibly the High Tower at Old Town, that's possible. But nothing's confirmed. So this, like you were saying, it's a good idea to use this as they can kind of not go off script because there's no script. There's no book to follow exactly.
Has it ever been mentioned why he made so many, big Brandons? Like, is there a relative of his, a nephew, or somebody that?
No, actually, what it is, and he did actually answer that question. It was that everybody had always said writing novels, don't name characters similar names, because people get confused. He said, the hell with that. In real life, this is what they did. They named their kids Brandon or whatever in this case because they always wanted to carry on that name. It was an honor thing, like Aegon. So he did it on purpose.
That's cool.
He actually did it to follow actual history. So, yeah, it's confusing with all the Aegons and Brandons and whatever, which would be equivalent to real-life history.
It would be.
Peach, I think Peach is already gone. Did somebody say Peach already left?
Somebody. I thought I saw somebody.
Well, she was very curious as to who this guest is. I guess she saw. I don't know. Did she see? Did she leave before?
She would have been disappointed anyway.
Well, somebody tell Peach that K-Dubs is in the house. I don't know if she's still here. Maybe she's lurking or checking before she goes to bed. I don't know, but that you see who it is. You see who it is.
And K-Dubs says the one, he's the one that sent us that North Cac song we used. I thought that's pretty cool.
And by the way, I did email their management, and they never replied.
Yes, he did.
Never heard anything.
Oh, that's good.
And you would think that they would want as much exposure as they could get.
Yeah. I mean, I've got 162,000 subscribers that follow me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I thought, who the fuck they kidding? They were like, who is this? So yeah, but maybe they'll get it one day and reply. And get,
that would be cool.
I asked for permission, like, hey, I'd like to use your music, other than 20 seconds of it. So we'll see. Quentin Seaton, thank you, Quentin, on Patreon. The cave painting of the Night King shows him with a long white beard. Do you think that's important, or they just threw it in there for no reason? We talked about this earlier. I don't think it's that big of a deal, and here's why. I don't think the Night King shaved. I don't think it's a different Night King. He didn't pull out his bick, and it makes no sense. If you look at the cave drawing, it's all about symbolism, right? And this is what we were saying. The other ones in the background are kind of not really prolific. They're just kind of sketched on the wall, whatever. He's the main one. You can see more detail in the blue eyes.
Yep.
I think the beard just represents age and ancient.
That's exactly the way I took it.
To me, that's all that really is. It doesn't mean there's another Night King that makes no sense. We saw the Night King created. We've already seen that confirmed. It's not a different guy. So I think that just is, it's like a symbol of you saw the crown, and that beard represents wisdom and age and ancients. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's a symbolism. I don't think it had to be exactly because the old child or whoever that drew that didn't have to be the one who saw him. Could have just heard about him. and didn't know exactly. Okay, maybe it's assumed he had a beard because he was the king, and a lot of kings had beards. So it was
That's true.
and they call him the Night King option in the show. So I just think it's symbolism for the leader, so to speak. Let's see. D Brown, thank you, D Brown. Hey Chris,
D?
still dying to know what you thought about the email with my Children of the Forest theory. Thanks. I didn't get an email, D. I don't think. When did you send it? Let me check my email at the break or something. I think I have an email from you.
Well, I just thought, why would the children not put up a cave drawing to show how the White Walkers were driven back, or were they gone from Dragonstone long before that?
That's true. That's what we don't know. But then again, they could have.
Yeah.
And you just wouldn't have been able to tell what the hell they meant.
Because they didn't have an actual alphabet or writing
Exactly.
system. Yeah.
They wrote in runes. So you did have I think what you saw was the whole story there. And then you saw the men, it's kind of the end of what they showed at least, of men and children working together. But you saw that big one on the wall, which I said was the Owl Faces, which may have been a clue to something, at least in the books. But you don't really know like how to interpret all those circles and lines and shit. So it could be right there. Like,
That's very
this is how you
true.
do it. This is how we did it. So that would be something more for. I don't think we have to see in season 8. I don't think we have to see Bran go back and see exactly what they did the first time. Just at least a hint of that. I don't know. It's
It would
hard to
help.
say. It would definitely help. But now with this prequel, that could be something they will explore then. But yeah, we got, as long as we know the reason he's back now, really, you know what I mean? That's the main thing. Let's see here. Mother of Dragon, Taryn, thank you. Just happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let me know, send me an email about your Etsy shop. Mike Colton, thank you, Mike. Dragon, it is a little ridiculous that the Children of the Forest knew how to create the Night King, helped defeat him the first time around, lived thousands of years to meet Brandon throughout Raven, then failed to inform people of the current day how the dirty deed of removing the Night King was done. We saw Leaf create the Night King. She lived during his defeat. Then we saw her die in the same battle as Hodor, completely clueless and not telling anyone about how she helped beat the Night King the first time around. D&D really screwed up here. Any excuses for this outrage? Nope. It's complete bullshit, because here's the thing. In the books, they live 200 years. That's it. That's about their age. And she would not have been alive.
Right.
So in the books, you have all these children who are maybe 200 years old. They were not the ones who created the Night King. So that's where they just kind of screwed up there, and because that is obvious, like, she would know. She would still be alive. So that's a show mistake. I completely agree. There's no defending that. I don't know why they made them so. I guess just to not have another character. I don't know.
That is weird, yeah.
Like, you could have had Leaf explaining things. You didn't have to have her be the one to create him. It was dumb.
Amen.
That's
Just
all there is to
have
it.
another child.
So you're right. You're dead on, Mike. There's no reason for it. Because otherwise, Bran just says, okay, well, you created him. Well, how'd you beat him? Oh, well, we did this, and then, but then your show's over. So, you don't need 8 seasons. They just show it in one, like the final episode of that season, and it's done. So yeah, they screwed it up. I would say that's probably the biggest blunder, wouldn't you? When you think?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest
It's gotta
things
be
you've
like
ever pointed out to me when I first
Like the
got
eagle
into it.
problem with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly. The damn eagles, where it just fly, just get on them and fly and be done and go home. But they somehow explained that, didn't they? I don't remember.
They tried.
LC Manny, thank you, LC Manny. Hey guys, finally some news about the new series. I just hope there won't be any butchers like D&D. We'll see. I know Manny hates D&D.
He does, dude.
Every stream he's pointing out the butchery, but we might just point out the biggest blunder of them all for sure. So yeah, I can only hope, LC Manny. I'm pretty sure it'll be good. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Gaia's Shadow on Patreon. Thank you, Gaia's Shadow. Just posting to say hello. Randy D already asked what I wanted to know, so many thanks for great questions. Everyone happy to make it to the stream again. I missed this. Welcome back, Gaia's Shadow.
Welcome back.
Thank you for hanging out. Homer Demand. How do you feel about Lucifer means Lightbringer's theory that the Lone Knight was caused by a meteor crash? I love his stuff. I love his symbolism stuff. I think it's outstanding, and I pretty much agree with everything. But I don't think you'll get a definitive answer on that, on how it, whether it's a magical thing or magic's caused by these astrological events. I don't think there'll ever be a definitive answer. But I think he's probably dead on. I love the
he's sharp with that stuff.
I love the symbolism stuff, and that's all he does. That's what he's outstanding at. So I think it's a great idea, and because it's like I'm writing this little thing and working on something. I have something that's kind of odd. It's out of place, I should say, for a planet, and I have to take into account how that would actually work in the real world. And I've already spoke to somebody about that, so I will take that into account. But it won't just be like a magical thing, but I won't have to necessarily explain it all either.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If that makes any sense. So yeah, I think it's probably dead on. What are you seeing? You seeing some comment?
Yeah.
He's snickering. And Homer demands again, the way to kill the Night King may be to burn all the werewolf trees, gives new meaning to burn them all. That's exactly right, Homer demands. That's exactly what I think anyway. That's what the whole end game dragon raised by wolves led to. So that's the general idea. All right, let's see here. Let's get to the regular chat here. We got K-Dubs in the house. Oh, I'm so used to it. I got to ignore K-Dubs. Let's see here. Where I saw something somewhere.
Oh, it's weird how delayed it is.
Oh yeah.
It's at least 20 seconds, if not worse, because this horrible cable, this horrible internet. But sometimes YouTube servers have issues too. But it's usually about 20 seconds. Let's see here. Where did I see this one? Oh yeah, here we go. Jinx916 in the chat. Thank you, Jinx.
Thank you.
Q&A, how do you think the succession will go once they find out about Jon? How do you think Dany will react to realize she wasn't destined to sit the Iron Throne?
I wonder about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be a little bit of drama, but I also think that Dany's starting to realize now, with falling in love with Jon and actually seeing the Army of the Dead, that she's not really destined to sit that chair anyway. So I don't think she'll have, I mean, at first she'll be like, I did all this shit.
Yes.
Killed a dragon or two or three.
Yeah, it'll be brought up for
over
sure.
Here, and then this guy's a Targaryen, and I had boat sex with him. But I love him now. You know what I mean? That's what's going to override the thing.
Well, I mean, and getting pregnant, finding out you're pregnant.
That's exactly
can drastically change her perspective.
Right.
And they will probably be married quickly because Jon told us, I don't want to have bastards running around named Snow. So I'd imagine there's going to be, we said this a little bit before, that he finds out and then he's kind of standoffish for a while, a couple episodes or something. Uh-huh. And like Dany finally comes up and says, "What the hell's wrong with you?" and he's like, "Look, okay, I'm Rhaegar's son. Like I'm your freaking nephew."
Oh, dude, that's gonna
And she's gonna be like, "Wait a minute, you got a better claim," but then he's not gonna care because he don't want it. So there'll be that conversation and there'll be a little bit of drama, but I think in the end they're in love, they have a child, and they're like the same package. So it don't really matter because he'll be like, "You can be the queen if you want to be."
She'll be like, "Dracarys." And he's got a Targaryen, so he's standing there burnt to a crisp like the cartoons, you know?
Like the cartoons. The black.
Yeah, smoking.
Yeah, that would actually be good though if she got just mad, had a mad queen moment, and said Dracarys, he sparks fire, and Jon doesn't burn.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that
Except
be
he'd be standing there naked.
He'd be standing there naked.
Oh shit!
And then Tormund would go, "See, I told you, my God,
told you."
That's the scene.
There you go.
We figured we got it. That's it. Solved. Let's all right, we're ending the stream. Thank you for hanging out. We Dracarys. Anyway, so I think there will be some drama, but at some point she will probably realize, probably going back to the book stuff too, that was her destiny, is to save Westeros, not rule it. And they'll change the system. Dave with the super chat. Thank you, Dave. Is Jon Snow the last dragon now? No, his daughter or son will be, but right now, yeah. I know, man. I missed it, man. That is literally my avatar on everything.
It is.
It literally is, and I missed it. Damn, I feel horrible. So technically, Dany's also, obviously she's a dragon, Jon, but their child will be the last dragon. So
yeah,
technically, yes, right now.
Joaquin, no, still not. Haven't watched Conan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do that. I promise.
Right,
But
you
keep
wrote
asking.
it down, right? Didn't you?
I did.
He don't have his notepad.
I
He
know,
I know he feels naked
I
over
do.
because he's got to have his notepad. Carrie Nevis. Hey, Carrie, hello. Q&A. Amelia says that she hopes what Danny does at the end of the season doesn't ruin the character for everyone. Any take on that? Interesting. I heard that she said something like she was blown away or something by like what Danny is. But I didn't really think too hard on it.
I know
I
nothing
haven't
about
heard this kind of quote. Haven't heard like as far as what she does. I don't know if would she give that away? Did she say actually say that, or was that implied by somebody else, or you know what I mean, or the way they took it? Because I heard she said something to the effect of, "I was shocked at what she is." That's all I heard.
Man.
So that's still,
I saw it too, and I can't even remember the exact wording of it.
Yeah, I don't. The wording's important though in those. You know what I mean? Very, very much so. So
I don't think she would let something big slip like that.
I don't think she would either. She's very careful. I'm not saying you're wrong, Carrie. I'm just saying I don't know the quote and the context or any of that. But I mean, and that implies she does something horrible, which makes no sense for her character.
Like Dracanis?
Like Dracanis. But then they get over it because he's not hurt, and then they just maybe that's it. But I would hope that I tell you what, that'd be horrible writing for her to end up being the Mad Queen, because that's Cersei's role, So I don't buy that. That could also be her throwing everybody off, because they do that. They lie all the time. John died and everything else. So maybe she did say it, and then she just got everybody flipping out.
True that.
So you always got to keep that in mind about HBO and what they tell them. Let's see here. The Knight's Douche. Thank you.
I love that.
Every time I giggle at the Knight's Douche. Thank you, Knight's Douche. Q&A. Since the prequel says what we know about the Age of Heroes is a lie, what do you think could be the craziest twist on the history as we know? Dawn will be drawn by Dane Scorn. Somebody. This is usually him. What is going? Did y'all communicate? Dawn.
Well done.
Yes.
Dawn will be drawn and adorned by Dane Scorn.
See, what's wrong with that?
God, my nose is so stopped up.
Oh man. Anyway, so yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I think the history, first of all, I think the length of time is probably way off. I mean, who knows? I think every story you heard has been changed completely. The words have changed because it was all oral and passed down through song and stuff. So I mean, I don't really know. It would just be a wild guess. It's like, did Brandon? I think he probably built the wall. I don't think maybe that's wrong. But was it to keep White Walkers out? I think so, because they can't get through. That was their whole thing with the dragon trap. So, because a lot of people speculated, what if it was built to keep men in? And that's their domain, and the wildlings were up there. Well, they would just kill the wildlings. They would have done it a long time ago. So I don't know. I mean, I think though we'll get a lot of correction in the timeline for sure. But I don't know. Any ideas on what the history? Any crazy twists? Maybe Brandon was Brandon of the Bloody Blade. That would be more of a book thing. Maybe he was not the hero as we know. The last hero. What does that really mean? His sword broke, but yet he had the red sword and Valyrian steel. I think Valyrians. Now that could be a twist there. That and I mentioned this in a separate video because I did the Azor Ahai Valyrian video.
Uh-huh.
The 5,000 years ago, the Valyrians came to power, and then that was fairly young compared to the Long Night, when the last hero supposedly had this magical sword, Azor Ahai, and defeated and brought back the dawn. So you can't have Valyrian steel without Valyrians learning how to make it first. 3,000 years later, later.
Yeah.
So I think you'll find out something to do with that, as far as the history being wrong as timelines and Valyrians, pre-Valyrians, Bloodstone Emperors, and all those other those timelines that we don't really understand. We just kind of get glimpses of in history. So that would be kind of cool to see what actually happened and what came to be. Christian Cruz says, "Hey, Kyle Dubs, are you bald like Chris under
No.
his hat?" I am not bald. Man, you
I'm
gotta
the
lie.
bald one.
See, no, I proved it.
Yeah, I bet you can. You didn't start this game. Oh man. There's Peach.
Yeah, somebody said power nap, Peach.
Oh, she's back. She took a power nap.
There's Herb in the house.
Herb Kyles, though. What's up, man? So speaking of Herb, Q&A can't stay for too long, but this is it possible that with the info on the spinoff that has come out, that Night King may not be the first White Walker? No. I just said that a few minutes ago, Herb, before you got here. I don't think that means that at all. It makes no sense for there to be two Night Kings or some title you pass down. It just don't make any sense. We've already seen the same actor who is still in the show be turned to the Night King. And yes, they've changed the Night King every year, but it's the same guy. There's no reason to hand off a title to somebody.
Could there have been other incarnations before they got the magic right?
Yeah, that's possible. That's absolutely possible. Sure.
Like close
Because
misses.
What we don't know, and this goes back into the wild guessing, is they signed the pact that began the Age of Heroes, right? And then the White Walkers show up. Like, they didn't tell them, by the way, we created these killing machines. So, but what does that mean when they drove them back? They didn't kill them. So when instead of saying they killed him and defeated him, they say they drove him back. So that to me tells me it's the same Night King. That he just had to leave for a while.
I agree. That's what it tells me too. Yeah.
I can't imagine. I mean, but yes, they have tried, Dragon Glass on some other man. It didn't work, and maybe he died, or it did work, but he didn't. I don't know. Who knows?
This is a little bit off that topic, but I was trying to think of a scenario where I could sort of close that gap, that flaw where Leaf?
Yes.
Yeah, created the Night King, but didn't just tell them how to drive him back.
Oh, okay.
What if those children that were responsible, that small group for creating the Night King, was then exiled? In other words, they ended up being the bad children.
Yeah. So like Leaf. So in other words, Bran,
she wasn't part of the.
Yeah. So in other words, Blood Raven today. They at that time you're saying exile when they created him.
Right.
Could be, and they kind of ended up later on trying to fix their mistake.
Right. And the other, I mean, the big gap that still exists that hopefully will be answered in season 8 is why can't he see into the past to just see what they did to drive back the White Walkers the first time? Because there's something blocking that vision.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I mean. That's what I wonder too, and I think that kind of goes into it being a show versus the books. Is if Bran knows he's coming, he's already. We just don't know how much he knows from Blood Raven off screen. It was just assumed for a whole season he was training because he wasn't even on the show. So you'd think he would just know to go back and start looking around, but does he need guidance? How does he pick that location? Does it take like Sam try this particular event here?
Yeah.
I mean, if he tells him, he should be able to go anyway. So I've always said once he got to be the Three-Eyed Crow or learned all this stuff, why wouldn't he be going everywhere and immediately going to that now?
Right.
Why is he waiting on Sam to tell him where to go? That's a good question. Is there something stopping him, or is he just simply not thinking of, oh yeah, I could just go look and see how they beat him the first time? But that's where I think some of the mystery maybe of the prequel will come in about what that actually meant, that pact. Like the pact with men, not the pact with men, but the driving them back, what that actually meant. Did they actually beat him, or was there an agreement of some sort, some kind of pact between them? Who knows?
Dude, you need to find Jared P's question.
Jared P, right here?
Yeah.
Q&A, who in the chat beat MJ in a free throw contest? Hint, it wasn't Hot Pie.
Is Jared saying he beat MJ in a free throw contest?
I don't know. Wait a minute, did this not come up before a long time ago to Jared?
Maybe it kind of rings a bell.
To be fair, we don't know what MJ stands for.
That is true. That is true. It could be, let's see, Michelle.
Yeah.
In
my mind, it's Michael Jordan first, Magic Johnson second.
Yeah, I mean, MJ to me is always Michael Jordan. But this came up before. I'm pretty sure that this is familiar. Like, Jared told us this story one time.
I'm thinking so.
I'm thinking this is like last year, Jared. I think that's right.
Wait,
think
last year he beat MJ, or
Yeah,
last year he told you he beat MJ?
he told
Yeah.
us last year.
Okay.
Yes, he's saying yes, Michael Jordan. So yeah, I think I do remember him telling us something about a free throw contest. I don't remember the details though.
I think MJ had peak eye.
Yeah, he let him win.
Shooting
So what was
left-handed.
what was it? 10 for 10. How did that go? I don't remember, but I remember something about it. Let's see here.
Michael Jackson.
While he's typing that, yeah, Doc Colley says I beat Michael Jackson in free throws. No shit. I mean, Stevie Wonder could beat Michael Jackson in
I'm gonna
free
get a
throws,
sneaky
probably.
picture.
Huh? What we do? What we taking a picture for?
Okay, I had to get one.
While live streaming, you got this is like meta. We got a picture in a picture. Let's see. Here we go. I got to read this really quick. I'm sorry. Peter Griffin says, "Raise your hands if you never got swept in the finals." MJ rated, Kobe rated, Duncan rated. Exactly. I haven't either, by the way.
I was going to say where you were.
I haven't. I've never got swept in the finals.
Hell no.
But yeah, I absolutely agree. Raise your hand if you never let a Game 7 happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay, Carrie's replying here with the quote thing. Thank you, Carrie. It F me up. Clark tells Vanity Fair of her character's final on-screen moments, knowing that it's going to be a lasting flavor in someone's mouth. That's right, the lasting flavor of what Daenerys is. Yeah, I do remember that now. Okay, so I don't know. I just don't know how much of it's being, like a kind of
A smoke screen?
A smoke screen. That's why I named this channel Smoke Screen. No. Yes, nice start, Kobe. Absolutely. I don't know why they even skipped Kobe in that conversation, which shouldn't even be a conversation in the first place. I won't get into basketball right now. But anyway, you see how I feel about it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would hate that for her. That implies she has done something bad, and I don't know. It may be some misdirection. Let's see here.
Everybody's worried about who's going to betray Danny, and Danny might betray somebody.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I don't recall any foreshadowing for any of this. I said a long time ago she would have her little moments where people think, oh gosh, she's gonna be the Mad Queen, but Tyrion will keep her in check.
But, I mean,
now John.
Again, though, like you're saying, that could be something to throw you off. I mean, it could be that she dies in a way that people don't want her to die.
That's true.
Like she could die. I mean, I don't think she's going to die in childbirth, but I mean, if she did, that would be the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it can mean so many things. I'll just say, and kind of put a bow on it, I don't think she's going to be some evil in character that does something horrible, and that's what's leaving a bad taste in my mouth regarding that statement. You got to consider them saying shit just to be saying shit,
But
They
here's the
want this
thing.
super secret.
I mean, let's be realistic. It's either her throwing it out there to mess with people, or her character does something that's going to change the way you feel about Danny. I mean, it's really either or.
I mean, yeah. But like he's saying, I mean, it could be.
But her
like
dying
the way-
in childbirth or dying in a weird way is not going to make me feel weird about her character.
Yeah,
It's
right.
got to be
Well, but
something
for a
she
lot
does.
of people, it will, though, because she's supposed to be this conqueror. And then if she sort of fizzles out at the end, that's going to change their perspective on it, I think.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it all depends. There's
That wouldn't
a
leave
lot of
a
situational
lasting
stuff.
bad taste, though.
Well, it didn't say bad taste, right?
Yeah, it did.
It said it would,
the way-
it would
well,
flavor
the
their
way
impression
Of
her.
what Daenerys is.
Yeah.
Because we know what she is very well right now. And
Yeah.
she'd have to do something. Not really something happened to her. So it's either she's throwing everybody off or get ready
Yeah.
for something to come out of left field.
Yeah, and it could. Who knows? We could all be severely wrong in in-game predictions. Meg Paul Q&A: if you have the power to sub in any player off the bench, what character would you like to have seen on screen, and who would you like to not included? Mine is Jenna Lannister and Dorne's son out. I've always said this, Ariane for my sub, and yeah, I'd rather see Quentin Martell than this guy that we had in Dorne, and the Dorne's crap. It was horrible. I just want to see Ariane at least to kind of tie in to find out if Doran Martell actually had a plan beyond just trying to marry Quentin to Dany in the books or Aegon or whatever. So that's always been my go-to because I love the area and stuff.
See Patch Face.
Yes, that's another big one.
I don't know who I would take out.
That would probably, Patch Face would have probably fit better for the show since you didn't really have a Dorn's plot.
Yeah.
Patch Face would have been another little element of prophecy that people would.
Oh
like,
yeah, good point.
Yeah.
And he scares Melisandre. You never see her really scared in the show until season
That's cool.
7.
Yeah.
When she was like, shit, I got to go or I'm gonna die. But he scares Melisandre. That'd be cool.
And I like that answer. I might go with Victorian Greyjoy.
Yeah, that's my top 3. Absolutely.
Yeah, he is a badass in the books.
They're kind of mixing things up with Euron in the show, but Victorian absolutely. He will be the end of I think Euron in the books.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've told me that.
Let's see what we got here. Oh shit, I'm missing super chats too. Brian, is that Aft, I believe? Thank you, Brian, for the super chat. What if the mountain got the septa pregnant with zombie mountain babies?
Holy
Man,
shit.
Jack shit. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Oh no.
That's hilarious.
We had okay, all right, hold on.
That is hilarious.
Well,
This house is haunted.
no, it's Kyle's tape job. Hold on. Let me see. Look, he's trying to fix it here. We're going to take a stretcher here in a minute, and I'll try to fix it. Just
wrapping around.
Yeah, we got a stream fail. Our first real stream fail. I can get something during the break and patch it up. We've been going almost an hour here anyway.
Is that actually
That's
out?
pretty close.
That'll work for a minute.
now. Yep.
Yeah, just ignore it. I'll get some. This tape is what we were taping.
You got to turn like.
I'll grab it here in the break and patch it up, straighten it out.
He had to call in a real IT guy.
Yeah, right. So I don't think Zombie Mountain's shooting anything but blanks, and I don't even want to talk about what could have happened in that room.
I know, man. It's bad.
It's horrible.
We know it's just bad.
As much as I wanted her to get slapped sometimes because shame, shit, I just, that's horrible. Randy Sumatsu, thank you, Randy. Could Azor Ahai be part of the spinoff? Yeah, because that's what we need explaining. Like Azor Ahai,
Yeah.
how old is that? That came from a Shai. What's a Shai got to do with Westeros and the Valyrians that were 5,000 years ago, but the Long Night was 10,000? I mean, it don't make any sense. So we need to figure out what that translation means. If it's a translation, what does that mean?
So one of my thoughts on that was I wondered if they could gauge how successful the spinoff was going to be, and if they would decide instead of ending it with the wall being built, they would end it again with the creation of the Night King.
They could, yeah. I'd said that last week,
Sure.
or in that video.
Yeah, I
like
could
you could
see that.
see him, you could lead up to and use that same footage almost
Yeah, you could.
to end it with.
Put them right
But you
together
wouldn't
like
have
that.
Brandon watching.
But I don't know. I don't know how good a spinoff just with the Long Night would be after that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean that would have to be the end, right? So yeah, I can see either one because it almost it's almost the same thing. Once he's created,
Right.
we already know what's going to happen at that point. So, but I think it would kind of be cool for the wall to come down basically at the end of season 7, but then we see it actually built the first time.
It's
Look,
moving.
It's
It's
going
moving.
It's going to go again. But anyway, we're going to take a strict stretcher and fix that. We've been going an hour just on the dot anyway. So, give us a couple minutes to take a stretcher.
Nice
and fix
legs, they say. God dang, is it that bad?
Okay, you can't see mine.
Yeah, this is
Look,
all-
here
Oh,
we go.
here it goes.
Here we go. Okay, we're taking a break while it falls. We'll be right back.
Holy shit.
Oh. Okay.
perhaps I can give you justice. Cannot give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our King. homes, or restore your dead to life, then perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king.
Okay, are we back? I think we're.
All right,
oh,
you
okay.
gotta stop.
Yeah.
Mel,
Mel.
See,
you know I get jealous.
Gross. Anyway, God bless.
oh shit. Okay. I think we're good. Really quickly, I forgot this earlier. Thank you to Roland McIntyre for subbing. Lego Man earlier.
Thank you, guys.
Let's see. Marie France Lepore, I believe, for subbing. And thank you, Carol Brown, for the Streamlabs donation. The bidding is now open for K-Dubs to post hatless smokescreen pics.
Oh hell!
He has none, unless he snuck something. I don't know. Did you sneak something?
Yeah, while you were in the bathroom.
I'm trying to think how you got in there. Yeah, so that's.
You invited me.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Carol Brown. Thank you. We'll see what he's got. And D Brown, thank you so much, D Brown, for the Streamlabs donation.
D.
Wow.
Whoa.
For the camera stand, the table, extra tape for the back of the computer. Just keep feeding you guys. Thank you so much.
Love you, D.
You see how I do, D? You saw the back of that old monitor. I used that tape, until it's used up, man.
So since this is gonna be split 3 ways, right?
No.
Oh.
Hey.
No, you're fired. You're absolutely fired. You will. I'm taking his mod privileges away
That is fair.
because he was spreading rumors during the break.
Yes,
Oh,
he
yeah, the
was.
rumors.
Yeah, the rumors.
What happens here stays here. Hey, but we've honestly, we've used in the past, we've had to use a lint roller. Peel that off and use
Yes.
that to tape the
I have
camera
when
up
I
there.
didn't find my gaffing tape, as I call it, which is actually just painter's tape. When I painted the walls in my room. But you got to remember the setup here. This is being a professional studio. The camera in this old setup, right, with just 2 people, was right here, like right above the monitor.
Right.
But now it's like way back over there, and you don't even want to know how it's rigged up. So yeah, because we couldn't see over the monitor, you would like seeing the back of the monitor. So we're like looking way up and over. So anyway, we got us all in the shot though
That's right.
with this piece of shit old camera.
Mount Rushmore.
Yes, they're absolutely rumors, Jennifer. Okay. Yeah. I saw that. Let's see. Hoonjive has a question. Thank you, Hoonjive, for grabbing this. Q&A from Kai Strauss. Thank you, Kai. Okay, why Melisandre 100 years old without necklace, but season 4 in bathtub she seems normal? Why? It's a good question. It's an interesting point. The question is, did she have it off, or did she just didn't show? Was it a continuity thing? Can she
Right.
glamour not having it on? Does it really matter if it's like on her or near her? We don't really know all that. We just know in the books it glows, that type of thing. They really don't show the glow in the show, but we just don't know rules. Is it near? It's near her. It's assuming it was laying over there with her clothes and shit. So it's a good question. But I don't remember when she did the reveal, though. It wasn't just the thing; it was the potions they showed. She drinks potions and shit too, so it's not just that necklace.
Wait, and actually, in that scene, I'm trying to remember. She takes off the necklace, right? We see her take it off.
We see her take it off.
She doesn't immediately turn into the woman.
No.
She puts it down.
She puts it down.
And then the next thing you see,
but it also showed the bottles leading up to her, like she had been drinking those before and hadn't. So there was, so it implied that there was more to it than just the necklace itself. Like she had stopped taking her medicine.
Yeah, because you think the moment she unclasped it, it was like
exactly. Yeah, so it implied there was more to it than just the necklace itself.
That's all right.
Let's see here. Let me grab a couple more on Patreon that did not refresh earlier. Gaia Shadow again. Thank you, Gaia. I thought of a question. Leaf was around during the age of zeros. I don't know if you meant to type that. Do you think they would use the same actress, and do you know of anyone else in GOT that was old enough to be alive at that time? No, only the Night King would be alive potentially, as far as the proto Stark who became the Night King, if they end up at that point. But Leaf, in the show, they could technically use her, I guess, because they've already made her basically immortal, or however long she lives.
Yeah, no joke.
But in the books, children have fewer numbers but live to be about 200. So it depends on how they want to go. I would imagine with George R.R. Martin being directly involved, they probably would not use the same Leaf actress for Leaf. It would be a completely different children. So I would think not, based off the books. But this was their big fuck up in the show. Who is this bastard here on Patreon? Kyle. There's some Kyle dude. Someone help me. I've been kidnapped by two psychopaths and cannot give any signs of distress. He's over there blinking. He's like blinking in Morse code. No, this was all his. He completely volunteered, I promise. Thank you, K-Dubs. Homer Demand, if you're blinking more... Oh, yeah, here we go. Homer's reading your blinks. If you're blinking Morse code, I'm sorry, I do not know where to get Diet Caffeine-Free Sun Drop. I don't either.
I do.
K-Dubs came with a load of Sun Drop, believe it or not. He knows the deal. But no caffeine-free diet shit. That's horrible. That's a mortal sin. Lady Lopez on Patreon. Thank you, Lady Lopez. Do you think we'll ever get a definitive answer or a flashback as to where the cat's paw dagger came from? It could have been Prince Rhaegar's, and maybe Robert took it from where he died and lost it to Littlefinger, or maybe it even belonged to Aegon the Conqueror. Either way, I feel like it has a much deeper meaning behind it to end up documented in the Maester's book. Yeah, I mean, I think that's possible, and it would be kind of cool if you tied it into actually belonging to Rhaegar or Aegon or something, but it doesn't have to be. I think the book implied that it was a very common thing, that they decorated their weapons with dragon glass and all that stuff, so that implied that there was just a lot of daggers like it to me. So it don't have to be the same dagger, but it would be cool if you can, make it tie back to Aegon or something, where Aegon the Conqueror's little blade ended up helping kill the Night King, or whatever happens with Arya having that dagger. So it doesn't have to be the same one. I would think in the book, being that old, that would just imply there were a lot of those at the time. So we'll see. LC Manny again. Hey guys, just hope the new director aren't butchers like D&D. I think we.
What the fuck?
I think we got that, LC Manny. I don't know if we heard the other. We did read your other question, LC Manny. If you're still here. But yeah, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. No D&Ds involved at all.
I think it's a little bit difficult to take thousands and thousands of pages and
absolutely.
condense it down into a series.
Sure it is.
So yeah, we have to give him some grace.
Yeah, and I don't want to come off like I'm completely support everything they do. I don't. I just, like you were saying, I completely respect the trying to convert that giant series into a visual thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where how it is in the books. If you've read them, you read a whole entire page, and all you've gotten was what Tyrion was wearing, or what he's eating. You see that in a half a second on the screen, and you may not even notice it, how detailed it is.
And I know that I would agonize. That'd probably be the worst part of the entire gig, is figuring out what to cut out.
Yes, absolutely.
Because otherwise, I would go down 100 rabbit holes.
You're going to have to choose. God, these bumps need to be here, but I got to choose one. I mean, it's got to be crazy hard. Let's see, Ricky Garrett, thank you, Ricky, on Patreon. Are you guys excited about the Tar Heels making the College World Series? I'm pretty sure kidnapping is illegal, even if it's an adult. Free the dub. What have you started?
That's funny as hell. I honestly don't follow much college baseball.
I don't either, man. I don't either.
And I went to UNC, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah. So you went to Carolina and don't care.
Yeah.
I actually followed more college softball, although I have not this year, than I do baseball. Because me and Camden like to watch it. But, yeah, anything Carolina, I'm good with. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ricky's also saying, how do you guys feel about the new writer for the prequel? I love the writing for Kingsman and Kick-Ass, but don't think that kind of movie fits the GOT universe. They are comedies instead of adventure.
Right. Yeah.
I agree. I have not seen the Kingsman, actually, but Kick-Ass, I agree. It's her comedies. But, I mean, you got to – I will say this. Kind of against Dan and Dave. She got more of a resume than they had coming into this. They virtually did nothing.
Right.
A book that was kind of not a flop. I think Dan had written a book, I believe. David, I'm not sure
I
what
can't remember what series he was involved in, but it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't much.
It wasn't much of a resume. He was like a kind of a minor something in some series.
And I'm waiting to hear. I mean, it's obviously early, but it would be great to hear some news to figure out what directors might actually be returning or other directors.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure
Yeah,
we'll
that's
see
true.
some familiar names.
Yeah, we could definitely see someone because I mean you got to think they're going to bring the money with this one too, and maybe those people want to move on and stuff, but they can come back for an occasional episode.
And the greatest news was that Jerem is consulting.
Yes, absolutely.
So-
That is
Which
good
he
news.
started consulting this one too,
Right.
but he's got to finish those damn books.
Based on the trailer, it doesn't look like a comedy.
Giant comedy.
I'm telling you, somebody right now is on YouTube looking up Game of Thrones prequel trailer. God, you'll probably start seeing clickbait for that tomorrow. I'm just telling you, you will. Be careful out there, guys. There's going to be clickbait about a trailer tomorrow.
You don't know how many things I've brought to Chris, and I'm like, dude, have you seen this? And then he'll be like, this is fan made. And I'm like, God dang it.
Yeah, you do get tricked a little bit.
I do.
Slope says, got some more T-shirts being made for you guys based off last week's stream. Oh, shit.
Oh,
Here we
hell.
go. And I'm sure after this week, there may be a few more.
I love
Someone
the other
needs-
ones.
I'm sorry.
That's all I was going to say is I love the other ones.
Someone
Yeah.
needs to customize some underwear for stroke screen. I'm just saying.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's going to be something in my mailbox in the next couple weeks. And oh, my God.
If I would have had enough time, I honestly almost did that. I almost got you a pair of
So
wolf
it's-
underwear.
Oh, shit, that's funny as hell.
I might wear those over the
Donnie
pants.
Baker would wear
I
them.
almost kept them myself.
Wear them over the shorts. Yeah. Oh shit! I look forward to those. Something's coming. Melody Noon on.
Shit.
Good wording.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I chose it wisely, right? Melody Noon. Thank you, Melody, on Patreon.
Thank
Finally
you.
got over here to become a Patreon. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Watch your stream every week and all the vids in between. So glad I'm able to show my support. Thank you so much, Melody. So we have a new Patreon. Thank you so much,
Awesome.
Melody. Means a lot. And we will definitely use all this and donations to get a new camera. And we're going to have a Riddick cam at some point. I told K-Dubs this earlier. Me and James had talked about it.
Yes, we have.
We're going to have a Riddick cam some point. And it may just be him laying there upside down, chilling. But y'all want to see him.
That's right.
He wants to be on camera. So if we can trick him where he's not. Because you know how he gets shy. Like he'll come in there, walk in there, and like
And he will.
He knows he's on camera. He knows something's up. So we'll work on the Riddick cam.
He's a little bigger than I thought.
Yeah. What do you thought he was just kind of a medium size?
No, and Riddick.
Oh.
Just kidding.
This,
No,
Riddick is
Riddick-
real.
this is this is going downhill fast.
No, Riddick is like, he said,
Oh,
100
there
pounds?
he is.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
right at.
100
I mean,
pounds
last time he was weighed, yeah, right at 100, little like a pound or two under, probably now. Let's see here. Let's go back to this. I think we're good there. Okay, Jennifer has one from Princess Scarlet 2. Thank you, Princess Scarlet and Jennifer. Doing a better job than K-Dubs over here as a moderator. What if after Bran tells John who he really is, he touches a fire and doesn't burn this time? Was it a mind thing before with the white? Yeah, I mean, I've always said, I think that's would be great. I've said before, I think it would be cool not only to be told this, but it's almost proof to John himself if something happens where he's not burned. And I wanted him to come back like that. That's what I was predicting. Like they burn his body and it doesn't burn.
Yeah,
or something, and he like
been
walks
cool.
out of the fire and they're all shitting themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a great comeback, you know. But I think it would be kind of cool because he won't believe it immediately, and then something happens. Because here's the thing, the hand burning thing. A lot of people said RL does not equal J because he's burned his hand. No. A lot of Targaryens died of fire. You know what I mean? Summerhall especially.
Mm-hmm.
But the hand thing to me was always to connect him with fire. And remember, Dany also burned her hands. It was a parallel with Dany in Daznak's pit. So I think it would be cool. I think it would be a great idea if something happens and he doesn't burn after he knows, almost like it's a mind game. Like, oh shit, you know, like Dany, what does she do when she doesn't burn the couple times she hasn't? Does she just focus? Is it just there when she needs it? Because it's not all the time.
Right.
She burned her hands, so it's clearly not all the time, and that was clearly stated at the very beginning. They are not fireproof. Excuse me. All right, let's see here.
So yeah, Meg Paul saying, didn't Dany burn herself in the book? So maybe for people who hadn't heard you say, there's a
Meg
couple
Paul,
times, right?
Well, just once that we know of.
I thought it was her hands and her hair or something.
Well, her hair does burn. Yeah, every time her hair does burn. Yeah,
Okay.
Every time it does burn. Also, she's bald. They didn't want to do that in the show to, you know, Amelia Clark wearing a bald cap and shit. They want to keep the hair cool. But yeah, in the books, it does burn whenever she hatches the dragons and when she leaves Daznak's pit. So in the books, the first time she tames Drogon and climbs on him to fly away, at some point she kind of dodged his fire or breath, or even they say like the heat breath.
Mm-hmm.
We're not really sure.
Which would probably be steamy as hell.
It'll be it's going to be hot, and so we don't know exactly how it happened. She could have been pulling a spear out. It's really unknown how exactly it happened. But when she gets to her destination in Dothraki Sea, her hands are burned and pink, and she wraps them up like she did in the show.
Yep,
They just didn't
that's
really
what I was
mention
picturing,
it.
yeah.
But she's also bald. Barristan Selmy sees her flying away and her hair burning, so they think she's going to die or something. They don't know about this magical stuff except for Jorah. Of course, he's exiled at the time, so she did burn her hands. It's somehow, and a lot of people speculate it's when she was pulling out that spear because it's inside of him. It's hot, and that spear would have essentially been.
Yeah, that's right, like a fire poker.
Exactly. So,
Can I give you a question? Chats?
no.
Cammy O says, "Who's the other dude on the panel, y'all? I was late."
I'm kidding, dude. Who said that?
Cammy O.
It's James.
Yeah, this is James. He no cameo. This is K Dubs.
This is
K Dubs, one of our Patreon / moderators /
Kyle Dubs.
Stalker.
Yeah, he's an asshole. He really is. No,
Yeah, sneak up here in a pizza delivery guy's uniform.
He did. He came just
The hell?
like I don't know how he found us.
Me or you?
That's funny.
Yes.
Oh, hell. But yes, Hoonjob, you're saying they answered about 43 in the chat, so I think you're referring to who's saw it a minute ago. I just want to make sure I acknowledge that. We did answer somebody's question, I think, that was saying, was it Kai? Yeah, Kai Strauss. I did say we did answer your question earlier, and now I don't know where it's at. But I know we did.
Yes, we sure did.
That was about 10 minutes in, maybe? I believe what Hoonjob was saying.
So I have a question from Karen W.
Okay. Question from Karen W. Thank you, Karen.
He said, hey guys, during the battle with the White Walkers, if Arya gets into trouble, do you think Sansa would come to her rescue, or will she run like hell?
I think she would try to help her. I think she would. I mean, she wouldn't. I mean, she'd pick up something and try to swing it. You know, I think she would now.
I don't know if it would do much good.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think she would. I really do. I don't hate on Sansa. Is that gonna fall again? I just saw it. I thought I saw it move. Maybe it was my eyes. But yeah, no, I think she would.
Who was it? Wasn't it last week that somebody was saying that since Lady died in the place of Nymeria. That
that was me and Gray. We were on our collab. Yeah.
Yes.
So there was
Gray thinks that the reverse things could happen because of Lady dying in Nymeria's place. So Sansa could die in Arya's place. So I think I could see it. I could see it.
Well, see, and what I expected when that phrase was being uttered was that I thought it was going to be that Nymeria would save Sansa.
It could very well could be. It could work too. I can see it both. I do hope. I think we will. I mean, I'm also being a little optimistic, I guess, but I think we got to see Nymeria come back again.
I would hope so.
I mean, there's such a big thing in the books, the Wolfpack and the Riverlands everybody talks about, and you can't. I just don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess it kind of goes back to the TV thing. They got to choose some things to leave out, but then again, we're not there in the books yet. So what are we leaving out? We'll find out later. But it's like you got to have them come up and at least be a part of the war. I mean, it's probably going to be their death scene, honestly. But
and they don't even need much of an introduction. I mean, if there's going to be a big battle at Winterfell or something,
yeah.
And the wolf pack comes running up, everybody's going to be hyped. You don't need much of an explanation.
You don't. True. You don't. And you don't even really need much of close-ups for Nymeria unless she comes up to her first or something. And kind of like Arya went home, then she decided to go home, and then she goes off and
hopefully they learn their lesson. There's so many people that have been outraged that haven't seen Ghost.
Yes.
They brought back Ghost and left out Nymeria.
Oh hell yeah!
They'd catch just as much flack.
Yeah, that would be insane. So I hope they have a reunion. And I know somebody's going to ask. They did last week. I think we will see Ghost and them meet Drogon or a dragon. We got to. Let's see. Yeah, Jennifer, that is right, Jennifer. When this post is a video, you can go back and watch and see. Actually, as soon as we quit streaming, the last like couple hour or whatever will be available. But yeah, once it posts a video, you can see that question. Let's see. There's a man that came back. Where have you been? K-Dubs has a guest spot. Yeah, he found us. We tried to avoid it. We tried. I was like, look, man, I'm going out of town. James was
but
like,
for $5,000, I mean, it's hard to turn him down.
We had to eat, is what I'm saying. And get Sundrop. We were out of Sundrop.
Yeah, there's a lot of Monopoly money to carry over here, but you guys bought it.
Just the Sundrop though. It's all it's about. So.
I had my first cherry lemon Sundrop.
Oh, you have not had that before?
No, I never had it before.
Oh,
it's good.
Good. Yeah. That's originated at Whataburger, man. Yes, I said Whataburger.
Yes, I rode by there today and thought about grabbing one, but I knew it'd be watered down.
Yeah, the fountain drinks are the best, man. Real cherry drink in there, mixed up, a little too much cherry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's see. Rhaegar Ruby, Q&A, do you think the prequel series will be more answers or one answer and 5 more questions as usual? That's a good question because I think they're going to do more than one spinoff. But I do think one of them will be, I mean, they can't be necessarily related. Well, they're all related, but I do think that one of those will be Fire and Blood. I think we got to get Targaryen Kings. I think that would be an outstanding series. I mean, you could do 1 year or 1 season per king and go through a shit ton. So I think we'll get that. But I don't know. I mean, it depends on what they want to do at that time. You're talking about 2020 before it would ever air. First off, you got to remember, though, this pilot doesn't mean this will be a series. It just means they're ordering a pilot. If the pilot goes well, then it could be ordered. They could order the series.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's likely going to happen.
Yeah.
I will say it's very likely that it will be a series because George R. R. Martin is directly involved.
Yeah.
So I would think so.
The way the trailer looks, I think they'll pick it up.
Jesus. I'm telling you right now, there's probably already a trending search.
You know you're going to have to make a trailer now.
He will.
That's what I'm doing this week, guys. I'm making a trailer for the Age of Heroes, and that's what we're calling it, the Age of Heroes. That simple. Before the Age of Heroes. Yes, Whataburger, Carol. I just said that because people always hear that when we say "what a burger." Because we don't slow down and say "what a burger."
Unfortunately, though, around here, I've actually heard a lot of people call it Whataburger.
There are people that say Waterburger. Go get me a Waterburger. It's what a burger.
And the cheer wine I drink, a lot of people say cherry wine. Yep.
I've always hated that, man.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people here call it cherry wine.
I never understood that at all, man. It's not even close. Anyway, Key McKay, what's up, Key McKay? I hate I didn't meet you at Con, man. And he's saying hello to Blaze Manga. So what's up to Blaze Manga?
In the house.
Doing well. I hope you are, man.
Hey,
Got
Blaze.
your artwork over there still flattened out underneath some heavy stuff, getting flat so I can frame that shit. Appreciate that. And Key McKay, good to see you. Good to see you, man. I hate I missed you at Con this year. What is
Speak English.
yeah?
Whataburger.
Waterburger? That's not. Oh, God, I'm just gonna skip it.
Dana Batts
We
says,
pronunciate on the East Coast. I don't know about this mid North Carolina stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now there's a difference in the East Coasters, right? Yeah.
Dana Batts says her husband says pillar for pillow.
Oh,
and,
man, yeah. There's
brawl for bra. A lot of people say that.
Yeah,
Brawl.
there's a lot of the R's and pillars and stuff like that. I know for sure. Let's see here. Let me
Winder.
refresh this. Winder, yep.
Do you guys
Gotta
get-
fix my winder.
Do you guys get Crank the Buggy sometimes?
Crank the buggy? Crank the car?
Yeah.
No, don't get a buggy. A buggy is what you push around in Food Line.
Well, no,
That's
I agree.
right.
Here.
But I've had two friends growing up that say Crank the Buggy.
No.
No, not
No.
here.
From the
Haven't-
19th century.
Exactly. That's what I would think.
Exactly.
up
Let's
in
see
front.
here. Let's see. Thank you to is that Joe Woa? I don't want Langer for Joa
Jow?
Jowo Joe O. Thank you,
Jay Langer.
Jay. There you go. Your name is Jay Langer. Thank you, Jay Langer, for subbing. Let's see, Jinx. Thank you for the super chat, Jinx.
Thank you.
John, reaction to Littlefinger's death: pride, fear, concern. A
He'll
little
cry.
bit of, here's the thing. He'll be a little bit of both or all of it, because it's like it wasn't even a trial,
No.
and that's not Stark-like.
It is not Stark-like at all.
It was just like,
Bran brings a new element.
that's true.
And he's going to have to learn this is the new way.
That's true. That is true. He did. It's absolute truth, but they don't really know that.
I know.
You know, so they kind of just killed him.
They did. You said it right away, too.
I
When
did.
did John ever interact with Littlefinger?
In the
In
crypts.
the crypts, he choked him out like Ned did.
Oh, yeah,
remember?
duh, that's right,
Yeah,
yeah,
so he don't like him, and he knows that he's an asshole and don't trust him. So he's not gonna miss him or lose sleep over that. But yeah, it's like for them just to like decide to try and kill him without a trial, essentially. And maybe he's concerned, but I don't know. He'll probably brush it off.
Think about this. All right, so he hears about it, and he's going to say something about the trial. And they're going to say, well, no, Bran saw it in a vision, right?
Yeah.
All right, so now, then, here comes Arya around the corner with his face on, and he's going, what the fuck is going on
Yeah,
here?
that-
He saw it in a vision.
I was gonna say
She's wearing
that.
his face. What happened to you guys while we were apart?
Yeah, I'll leave for damn 2 months or
Yeah.
whatever it is. But yeah, that's where he's gonna be concerned when he meets Arya again.
Yeah.
That because the little sister that he used to muss up her hair in the books is different now.
But, I mean, that's everybody in the room. I mean, Sansa basically told Arya, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying in general when like they first meet, they'll have that loving moment, but then he finds out from Sansa like, you know what she's become? I mean, not that they're already kind of over their thing, but John's got to adjust to that and be like, oh, she kills people for a living. That's what she does now. I gave her this sword, and she's using the pointy end, like I told her.
Bran, show her training with Brienne.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
And
So
John's going to be like, oh, yeah, well, and Bran's going to be like, he came back. He came back from the dead. I already told him.
yeah, exactly. Let's see.
No more secrets.
Where am I at here? I'm losing track. Okay. Where we at?
Yeah, Donna Lang, you said to use the pointy end.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he will be proud of the
He will.
following directions. Let's see. Cannon. Thank you, Cannon. Q&A. End of show. Who is head of which territories? Who is top dog, king or queen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think we get. We've been saying this. I think we kind of get like an epilogue, kind of. I don't know if it's the end of one episode or one whole episode that Dan and Dave directs, because they're doing the last one. I don't think there will be an Iron Throne. I think it'll go back to individual kingdoms, and they'll start to implement some change. You won't see it overnight. We've said that a million times,
Yep.
just to be clear, because I don't want people to think I think there's going to be some republic that pops up in a day. But I don't think there's going to be a king or queen. John may have to take it for a while, or Danny, but they're really a package deal, so it's either one or together possibly.
Yeah.
So I think it does go back. I know a lot of people want Gendry to be raised up for Storm's End and bring the Baratheons back. And the whole idea here is who cares about bastardy? Who cares about last names?
That's right.
That's kind of what the whole thing of it is.
Can't get this thing to stop.
You're famous now. That's all there's to it. It's never going to stop.
That's not what I was saying.
I'm kidding. Let's see. What is happening?
I don't know.
Put it on vibrate.
I tried. I put it on silent. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to turn it off.
Carol Brown has a question. Q&A from Meg Paul. Thank you, Meg Paul and Carol Brown. Has anything we learned from Season 8 or Season 8 info strengthened or weakened your in-game Isle of Faces theory? Or has it not made a damn lick of difference? A damn lick.
Well, I think that one picture.
There is a picture that strengthened it. And I don't... It's kind of a spoiler.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of not a spoiler, too, though.
It's right there.
I
It's
know
weird.
we kind of mentioned it slightly before, but I won't say anything. I will just say there's one picture... how would I say that without
It's a set photo.
it's a set photo. It absolutely
It's not
is.
I don't think when you look at the picture,
Yeah, you would know, but you
Yeah.
gotta know what to
you
search
gotta
for too.
yeah.
Kind of gotta know what to look for. So I will say without spoiling anything, I'll just say it and let you guys decide to look it up. Because I haven't read. I mean, I've seen some of the set photos here and there because I do like I do look at those because it's still a guess. You're still trying to guess what's going on. So it is technically kind of a spoiler, but there's one photo that there's something interesting in the photo that they've never made before for this show that strengthens the theory. So that's all I'll say. And if you know the theory, you'll know what to look for. So I'll just say that just in case. I want to make sure we're spoiler free here. Let's see. Where was Alex Montero? Thank you, Alex. Q&A.
Thank you.
What's up, guys? Do you think the show will end with a repeat of history like the Night's King, where it ends with a pact of marriage, where Jon kills Dany, she becomes a White Walker, and they marry, and the war ends? I do not. I think they have to. History repeats itself throughout this whole thing.
Yes.
But it's almost like a rhyming thing. But at this point for the end game,
It's time to end it.
you have to break the wheel.
Yeah.
I know I use that same term all the time, but it really is. You got to break that cycle in that case. You can't have another pact where they come back 8,000 years later. Otherwise, what's the point? It's just we know it's going to happen again. So the Night King has to die, and I don't really buy the whole issue of, I could see something like people say the prince that was promised or princess that was promised. What's that really mean? Who was he promised to, the Night King or
Right.
she? And it would fit with the idea of the symmetry where Dany is fire and the Night King is ice, which is absolutely true. But how does that work? Does she have to go with? I mean, I could see it. Maybe that's what she's referring to in those comments. We've mentioned that before. I don't quite buy that. I think he's got to die, but it's possible. I'll leave it open.
Since the Long Night, though, or at least the supposed Long Night, there have been other female Targaryen dragon riders.
Many. Exactly.
So why would it have to be Dany?
Right, exactly. That's what the point we made before.
Yeah.
There's been so many dragons and Targaryen dragon riders and all that throughout history, but something has to do with now, and to me that is Jon, because he is the Song of Ice and Fire. He's the first Stark Targaryen. Stark-Aryan. So I don't really buy the whole thing about like a new Night Queen type of thing. I think he's got to absolutely die. Let's see. Coulter Grayson, thank you for the super chats.
Thank you, Coulter.
Appreciate it. Do you think Dany will think that Jon being a Targ is a lie for him to take the Iron Throne from her?
Ooh.
Sign up for Audible through your link. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank
hope
you.
you enjoy it. I still use it all the time.
Now that could be something that does go through her mind. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt her having that thought, but I just don't know how far they'll stretch that drama out.
I don't either, but it will have to go through her
But
mind.
I mean, I think he is probably going to think that too. I mean, there's got
Damn, that's true. Yeah.
There'll be a split moment where he,
right.
where
So
he does.
I mean, however he learns that it's the truth, she's got to learn it
Because
that way,
he
too.
has always
agreed.
thought, he's always dreamed of. He never really wanted this power and stuff. We keep saying that, but in the books, he does like dream of being a Stark and being Lord of Winterfell and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, but the thing is, when he's offered to become Jon Stark from Stannis.
Right.
He turned it down.
Damn, that's right.
He could have walked
I
away,
forgot about that.
become Lord of Winterfell for Stannis, and went and marched with him, and that was where we'd be left off in the book still. But he turned it down because he took an oath. So it'll cross his mind. It'll definitely cross her mind, and that's part of that drama, I think, before they have that conversation when he says, "Look, I don't give a shit about but she kind of knows that already about him,
Right.
About how he's doing, how he was king in the north, and then he actually did bend the knee. So here's the thing. I just want to say this as a PSA. He is no longer king in the north, officially, right? He bent the knee. Right. Dany is queen to him. So he is technically warden of the north again. So yeah, the people are still calling him king in the north, and he's technically not. And he's already wrote back and told Sansa that. So they know all this. They know that he is bent the knee, and bent a lot of other things too.
I hate that title because it
Warden of the
reminds me
North.
of prison.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
By the way, Jennifer, I saw your message. Please hit the like button, everybody.
Thank you. Look at that. Pro mods up in here.
Subscribe.
Yeah, please subscribe. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. No, really, subscribe for real. We'll wait.
And hit that little bell.
You have to. You absolutely have to. And then you have to pick now what? Sometimes? All the time?
No, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Man.
So now they're even taking it to more levels. It's like, what's the point? What is the damn point? Look, Jennifer's happy you did your job.
I was going to say something.
Good night, Carol.
Good night, CB. Good night, Carol. Thank you. Thank you for the
Carol.
donation.
I was going to say something about Ned and Jon, because one of the things that intrigues me is, everybody has this impression of Ned, and people talk about it all the time. It's going to be hard for Jon to swallow the fact that he was lied to.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
also, I wonder how long it's going to take him to realize that last conversation that he had with Ned, that basically said, "Look, next time we see each other, we're going to talk about your mother." And when that's going to register.
Yeah, that he was going to tell him.
Right.
Yeah.
After I take the black and I can't have any titles, that's when he was going to tell me that I'm a Targaryen.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of that kind of like even because already, if you think about it, especially in the books, when he gets to the Night's Watch, the only person that tells him the truth about is Tyrion.
Right.
And he even says in the books, even my father knew what this place was, and he let me go anyway. So he already has a little resentment there. So then this comes up, and it's going to be like, this motherfucker.
Yeah,
but at some point, he'll go through all those emotions. There's going to be a range of emotions.
I
there.
haven't even thought about this one though. I really haven't. About the fact that he was going to wait and let me. I never thought about that. Yeah, he's going to be a little.
He's going to be a little pissed off and mad and all that at the same time, and then he'll eventually come to realize, probably via Bran and some whatever he needs to, why he'll understand why at some point. And look, I hate that he did it, but I understand what he did. He did it to protect me. He did it to protect the king. I mean, honestly.
his
But
friend.
But more than to him, it wasn't about the king. It was Lyanna's son. It was his family. So he will understand it at some point. But there will be a lot of I think those emotional things. He'll go down to the crypts and stand there with Ned and look at Lyanna, and there'll be more of that, I'm sure.
And also, Robert would have hated Jon.
Yeah,
and wanted to
would
kill
kill
him.
He would have wanted to kill him.
So,
Absolutely.
and then
Ordered.
Ned would have had to kill his
He
best friend.
He would have went to war.
Yeah,
He
so
would absolutely have led to war.
I mean, once he goes through all that logic, he'll say
Robert would have probably, at least being Ned's friend, he would have probably called for his head being warden in the north, and then Ned would have had to call the banners.
I've never thought about that, because there's that one scene where Robert is having like a picnic lunch with Ned.
Yeah,
Yep.
love
And he
that
said, "The
scene.
war's coming, Ned. I don't know who we're going to be fighting."
Right.
I never even thought about him, like Ned thinking, "Oh, it could be against me."
Yeah, exactly.
Damn,
Because
man.
he would have absolutely had to say, sorry, Robert, you're not who I thought you was, just like you kind of saw
just
with
like-
Danny.
Mhm.
But then he would have been like, shit, I got to fucking go to war with my best friend. Maester Lewin sent out the Ravens, and it would have been him instead of Rob.
Right.
So that would have been a big difference. All right, so let's do this. Let's take it. Y'all want to go another 10 or 15?
Yeah.
You good? I know you got to drive somewhere because you're not staying in this motherfucking house. I'm kidding.
Not after last night. I'm not.
No, hell no. After this, no, I'm kidding. No, we'll take a quick stretcher
Yeah,
and come
you're
back and do.
walking.
If y'all, I'm sure you guys are down. It's 12:19. We
Yeah.
go in about 2 hours, so we'll come back and I think we're caught up. Let me make sure really quick there and there.
Yeah, Jennifer, we've offered, but he's got other places to be.
Yes, we have. I wouldn't just boot him out on the street. He could sleep in his van actually. I knew this motherfucker was coming in a minivan. I called it. I was going to say on the phone, I was like, am I looking for a white Astro
It
minivan?
was a Manny van.
But no.
Manly van. Not a
I
minivan.
just knew it. Anyway. Okay, so here. Oh, Randy Sumatsu, really quick. Thank you, Randy. If the Night's King motivation is to end magic, it's not the worst idea. Men can't seem to use it, and that can make things more normal. Yeah, I mean, I'm not totally. I know we mentioned a few options about the Night King possibly having the same. I'm not completely sold on that, but it's almost would be kind of poetic if John finds out about if this comes true about the God's Eye or Isle of Faces, that John finds out, damn, I got to burn these trees up, and I gave you evidence in this latest video, especially that he is already thinking about what having to do it to save Winterfell, which applies to the whole realm. Him going to burn the Isle of Faces after Bran tells him or whatever happens, and then the Night King wants to do it too. But I don't know if the Night King necessarily wants to do it. I just think that's what has to be done. So, it could be because if the Night King's goal was to go there and burn it himself, he'd have already started probably burning Werewoods before, maybe like Bloodraven's place, but he didn't like burn the thing down. He just wanted to get in to kill him. So I don't necessarily think they had the same agenda as far as, but we just brought that up as a possibility of him wanting the curse to end, and if he or wall,
it is
whatever.
a possibility.
So it's certainly a possibility. Because then again, that goes back to the same thing we mentioned before. Why didn't he want it to end 300 years ago or 3,000 when there were other dragons and stuff? You know what I mean? So the main thing is that the God's Eye will destroy the magic that created him, and whether he wants that or not is certainly up in the air.
Right.
All
Is
right.
he just heading there to get those, last children and burn the trees or whatever? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or is he wanting to do that as well as get rid of the
Yeah,
magic?
and it could be both. Absolutely. All right, so give us a few minutes, and we'll be right back.
I cannot give you back your homes or restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king. justice in the name of our king.
Good.
It's still pretty much in the same position. Okay. All right, we're good. We're back. Hello. I think. Make sure. Yeah. Okay, we're back. We're back.
We are back.
Hello, George Glazer. Welcome, welcome. Let's see here. James, I know you told me something. But
Yeah.
I was reading shit at the same time. It was something about the Faceless Man. magic.
Yes. Hold on, I'll read it to you really quick. Well, you can find something else if you want to.
All right, while you're looking for that.
Yeah.
Barcy, the bearded last of his name, good night. Have a good one. Thank you for hanging out.
Good night.
Go get some sleep.
Thank you.
Hit the protopipe. You should see K-Dubs on that protopipe, man. I'm telling you. We just go with it around. He's over there dosing. No, we just go with it, you know. Darth Whiffy, see, I'm sorry, Darth Whiffy. James is he's being horrible tonight.
What am I doing?
There's no prequel trailer.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
It's like a joke he started and he just won't stop. I told him there's going to be searches now.
I just wanted to have something.
The trailer
to
didn't look like it was going. So yeah, you'll probably hear at least one more of those before we get off here. Just a heads up, there's no trailer that we know of.
Well, damn, that disappeared. I'm sorry.
All right. 460 Moss Q&A. Hey Chris, have you been watching what's happening at E3? I have not this year. 460. I kept up a little bit last year, but I have not. Yeah, shame. But careful, Whiffy. That was Nightbot. Just capitals. Let's see. I saw something a second ago. Hello, Zora. Homer Demand says, I want to see more likes than viewers. That'd be cool.
Yes.
That'd be very cool. You know, the interaction helps.
Which means that we all need to hit the like button.
Look at that. We got these pro mods. I mean, I pay them well, just by the way. I'm just saying, they get paid for this.
I already asked if we split the money.
No, look.
Definitive no.
That's why, look, I'm telling you, that's why I always thank these guys every stream, because they don't have to do this shit. They don't have to sit in there and grab questions and tell people to hit like and whatever. I mean, Nightbot could technically do most of that, but nobody pays attention to him. But you know what I mean? They do it for just because they enjoy it, they help out. So I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate K-Dubs, even though he's a smart ass most of the time, but I am too. So he fits right in this group.
Alex Contis is right there.
Here we go. Alex Contis, thank you. Q&A, what?
No, sorry.
No, go.
He was reading.
What's the deal with the faceless men's magic? How was Jack and the Guard and Arya able to have multiple of their own faces at the same time? Yeah, I mean, that was, I don't know, that was more of the way they explained it in the show was that the face itself was like poison to her because she wasn't ready. Different in the books, so it was more like an hallucination to Arya because it acted like some poison, is the way I took that. In the show, it's a lot different. Like, she don't go blind in the show, for example. In the books, I'm sorry. She don't go blind because she's punished. It's a test. It's part of training when she becomes blind deaf. So it's a little bit different. It's really not explained exactly about the magic. We mentioned before, there seems to be 3 levels to it. First is like a glamour, and then it's like the face, and then beyond that, it's bone structure. We don't know. It's not really explained definitively. But yeah, that's a different thing. The show thing seemed to be just the fact that Arya took one before she was ready, and it acted like poison to her, so it gave her, I think we saw that through her eyes, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
As opposed to actual multiple faces.
And I got one here for you from John Condon. It says, what's the story with the Lord of Light? I'm a Stannis fan, and the leeches could have been coincidence, but the dark shadow that killed Renly was never explained. Will the Lord of Light be explained?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there is a god. I think it is dark magic or whatever, and you know, I think the Lord of Light, it was essentially created through a prism, because you got to think about.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. The prism of the religion. So they're practicing this magic they really don't understand. I think they're learning these things. It's blood magic. It's you know, these different things. They have to explain it. So it's a god, and so and then of course as their god has to be the only good god. So then they have to create a bad antithesis god, right, which is the great other, which we know does not exist due to Melisandre's visions herself, because she sees Bloodraven and Bran in the flames, and essentially associates them with the Great Other's champions. So there you go. That kind of says to me there is no Great Other. The Great Other
Right.
is technically just the Night King or whatever, but he's not following any direction of a god. So yeah, I mean, I think that's with all religions in our story. So yes, it's magic. It definitely seems to be something more there than, especially the Faith of the Seven. There's no evidence, nothing happens with those guys. But think about Quaithe. She's a shadow binder from Ashai, but not really associated with the Red God, but she can use glass candles,
Yeah.
apparently. And so can Marwyn, but he don't care about gods. So it's magic explained through a prism of religion. And so it's really unclear how old the Lord of Light and R'hllor is. It's fairly young in Westeros, but if you believe the legends of Ashai, it's supposed to be ancient text. But that doesn't necessarily mean it was related to R'hllor or religion in Ashai. So it's really just not known. Let's see here. Back to I meant to check this. D Brown, thank you again so much. I mean,
D's awesome.
I wish I could have met you, D, in person at Con this year, but thank you so much for the Streamlabs donation. I really, really appreciate it. Every single week, she tries to make it rain up in here.
Tries.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're not trying. She's making it rain. Really appreciate it.
Jay Soto's got a good one for you on there. It's pretty close to the bottom. Right there. Do you
Yeah, Jay Soto. Okay, do you remember in the books how Mel burned that eagle that Six Skins dude was in? Yes. Maybe she can do it to the dragon or Night King. To the dragon the Night King is riding. That's interesting. Yeah, that was when she was at the wall and her magic got really powerful. So Melisandre in the books uses a lot of, and she kind of did this at Dragonstone. She explained it to Selyse. It was like, that potion will make a fire brighter, and that potion don't touch that one.
Yeah.
Remember that scene? So she has to use a lot of tricks and glamours to make people believe as part of her duties to recruit people. But she goes to the wall and she can do things, and she says in the book she no longer needs potions and shit because she's more powerful there because she's close to this magic source, obviously. So that's interesting. I think Melisandre, and I want to do a video, a more in-depth video, and look into more of like what I think's actually going to happen with her, as opposed to just like some random generic guess. But we've been saying that we do think, I think at least, that I think you agreed, that she goes out in a blaze of glory.
Oh yeah, definitely
by fire,
agree with
somehow
that.
by fire. And I will say this: I think I could honestly believe that she would be a sacrifice. She would gladly sacrifice herself. She says she's ready to die, but I'm not buying it being a flaming sword coming out of her chest.
No.
That type of thing.
See, I can't get over the fact that she's the one that keeps on talking about there's power in King's blood, right?
Yeah,
and
and
if she's into blood magic, and that's what R'hllor is, that seems. I mean, I feel like that kind of has to come into fruition at the end somehow.
Yeah, and I think and I'll talk about this in maybe a separate video or something, but I think there's definitely a connection between, because we don't know a lot about the old Valyrian religions, and I think R'hllor could possibly link to that, to the old Valyrian religions. But anyway, that's some more kind of back end book stuff that I may look into. Let's see. Haviz, I believe, Farouk. Thank you, Haviz. Is Gendry the son of Cersei? What if Tyrion's secret deal with Cersei is making Gendry the king? I don't think Gendry is. Here's the thing: in the books, Cersei, I know in the show she tells that story, and I believed her. I absolutely believe in the show she had a kid by Robert, black hair, died or whatever, and never saw the body again. But I don't think that it's Gendry. I mean, it would be a cool twist for the show. I would admit it'd be a cool twist for the show at least. But in the book, she never had that child. She drank moon tea, which prevents that. So I wouldn't think so, because he says he remembers blonde hair, which could be Cersei, and singing. I can't picture Cersei singing to her kids.
No.
She loves her kids. Maybe she does, but I don't remember
Right.
anything about her singing anytime in any place. It seems to me there would be some little mention of that in a Cersei description. To tie it together.
It does.
So I don't believe so. And as far as the whole deal thing, I don't think there was a deal. I think Tyrion does want to protect that child that Cersei's pregnant with, but he has no power to make any deals on Dany's behalf like that as far as succession. He is worried about it, so I can understand, where the idea comes from. But that will be an issue where he does want to protect her until that child is born at least. But he knows at some point she's got to be dealt with. But she will use that to her advantage. As long as he thinks she's pregnant, she's almost safe.
She is, yeah.
Unless that's what Dany does. The hell with it. I got to go.
Dude.
I got to kill her.
That might be it.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
He said unless that's what Dany does is maybe kill Cersei with her pregnant or something.
Well, where she believes she's pregnant.
Believes she's pregnant, even though
not.
Tyrion's like pleading with her or something.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, she may have to come to a decision like, look, we got to kill her because we got to get in King's Landing. We are all going to die.
Yeah.
So it'd be one of those kind of, things where it's like, okay, do we sacrifice one child for the sake of the world? Yeah, decisions. Almost like Melisandre and Shireen. She thought it was to save the world, which
Great
I think had a lot to do with Jon coming back, and she didn't know it.
Great point.
So she carried a little leftover Shireen magic over to the wall when she resurrected Jon. Let's see. Haviz is also saying, what if Tyrion agreed to poison Dany in the meeting? Probably that's why he gave the DM look to Dany. Yeah, the DM look to Dany. I don't think so. I think Tyrion absolutely believes in her 100%. That was the whole idea of him bringing up, the succession and what happens if you can't go out and die riding a dragon around. It takes one arrow. He's really wanting to her to live so he can see this new world. He really wants to see it happen. So I don't think he would agree to kill Dany in any way, shape, or form. The look was more about, and he kind of said it in the behind the scenes thing when they were interviewing Peter Dinklage. He was like, he's just kind of, he's worried about it because it should be good and beautiful, but it's not, but it should be, but it's not, because she's going to risk herself now for Jon. And that's all. He's worried about the outcome after the war. So I think that's really all that was. It wasn't about some betrayal. I don't buy Tyrion betraying her at all. All right, so we'll grab a couple more and get out of here. We got to let K-Dubs get out of here. Unless you're going to crash on the couch, which you're welcome to, but whatever, we got to get out of here. So it's almost 1 o'clock. So let me double check everything. We'll grab one or two more from the chat. I think we're good. These fly by, man. I'm telling you. It's like we've been sitting here 20 minutes, and it's over 2 hours.
Shuri McLean.
Sherry McLean, who has protected Gendry over the years. It's Tabo Mott, really, as far as we know.
That's what I was thinking.
Tabo Mott. He probably he said he remembered his mother died young and been at Tabo Mott's place learning blacksmithing ever since. So it seems to be Tabo Mott. That's all I really know. And that's interesting. I guess he's dead now. Maybe not. We didn't see him when Gendry was in the shop.
That or the Drown God.
Could be.
Since he was ruined for years.
That's true. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe we didn't. They should have showed him when Davos went back to King's Landing. Right. They found him.
Yeah.
But I guess they just kind of have to get rid of some people and not rehire actor. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the way I take it too.
Let's see. Fracture, did you smoke screen? Did you see that Dead by Daylight public test bill is rolling out as a full update tomorrow? Are you ready for more clowning around? Yes, I'm ready to play. I've been itching to play Fractured. I have not had time the last couple of days, and I wanted to stream again that night, but I could not. But yes, I will update that for sure, and we will stream it on Twitch, and we'll play. Let's see. Laura D, Bran the Builder, smokescreen. Will we see him? I think so. I think you have to see Bran the Builder in the prequel.
Yeah,
he's the biggest Stark in history, essentially. If it's true that he's the founder of House Stark, so I think we'll absolutely see Bran the Builder. Right. And find out what he really was like.
There's a dude in the trailer that looks like it could be him.
Is he building something?
He's tough looking. He's got a black beard. I mean, he's got the big, thick furs on. He's definitely a Northman.
Yes.
I think it has to. I think it has to be. Please don't cut. Please don't no backlash for the fake trailer. There's no trailer.
Right.
It's an inside joke. I just want to be clear. Please. But yes, no, I think we have to, and I think that's kind of what that one sentence about like the Starks of history was all about. Was Bran the Builder.
But it's interesting. I don't know. Like some of the characters that I would expect you to be introduced to in the prequel, I have trouble listing them as heroes. Like Land the Clever.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
exactly.
Yeah.
They're not. That's the point. There wasn't really.
Yeah, it's
heroes.
it's not really. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'll be really interested to see how they paint those characters.
Yeah.
And how complex they make them.
Well, that's what I mean. That was technically a little bit before the technical age of heroes. But again, the timelines are sloppy, and these people are not going to be all great people.
No.
That's the point. Land the Clever was a swindler. I mean, if it's true what he did, he took the Casterly shit by just tricking them. I mean, that's not something a good dude does. So anyway.
Paul says, no, the guy in the trailer has no beard.
Yeah, that's right. They shaved back then, too.
Doc said he's calling in sick to work to find his trailer.
Oh, shit. That's funny. Please don't search for trailers. No trailer. Let's see. Mamma Mia. Thank you, Mamma Mia, for grabbing this question from Habiz again. Farouk. Habiz, I'm sorry. I believe. In episode 5 of season 7, Cersei told Jaime that she allowed the meeting between Tyrion and Jaime to happen. This also means she allowed Davos to enter King's Landing and smuggle Gendry out. Why? It doesn't necessarily mean that. It doesn't mean she allowed him to sneak in a secret entrance that she probably still does not know about. Tyrion knew about that.
Mm-hmm.
So that does not mean that she allowed that to happen. I don't think she would. I mean, even though Joffrey's gone and it wouldn't been a threat as far as him being alive, she wouldn't allow Tyrion to do anything. So, yeah, that doesn't mean she knew that was happening. See, that's what I mean. She thinks she's Tywin Lannister. She thinks she knows everything that's going on. And yes, she knows a lot with her spies and Qyburn helping, but she doesn't know everything. All right, one more, and then we'll get out of here. Let's see here. From Meg Paul, Mamma Mia grabbed this. Thank you, Mama and Meg. Think Arya will go west of Westeros, maybe even leading her people to a new home a la Nymeria if they lose the Great War. That line was intriguing. That is interesting. It kind of goes along with the direwolf idea about Nymeria and what their characters or owners could be. But I feel like that's just more the warrior in Arya. I don't buy anything about going west of Westeros because I think you just go to Essos if you go west of Westeros. How many continents can this damn place have? And they're not going to introduce any more.
Right.
Southros and all that, you're going to hear a little bit about the edges, like where, Missandei's from and stuff, but I don't think they're going to get into that. I just feel like she kind of learned, and she will, and it's not completely gone yet, but she's kind of come back from this assassin, I think. She'll do what she's got to do in season 8, but she's the whole pack survive thing, I think that's what she's learned. So she may end up being the lady, which is the reverse thing again.
Exactly.
That she don't think she wants to be.
The reverse, I like
so
that.
I would like to see that, but so I don't buy her going west of Westeros. I just think that was more of a kind of a throwaway line. But it's I don't shoot down anything. Laura D, exactly. Free Hallen Reed. We need to see him in a flashback coming from the Isle of Faces. That would be a perfect intro to the Isle of Faces. It wouldn't take but a 5-minute vision. Right. That's all we need. And then we could get our end game. All right, so we'll get out of here. Let me triple check everything. Make sure Patreon refresh because sometimes it don't. I think we're good, though. No more K-Dub smart-ass comments are there. Let me double check this. Thank you again, D. Brown, and everybody for subscribing. Thank you, moderators.
Thank you.
Thank you, K-Dubs, for stopping by.
Thanks, man.
On the stream.
Enjoyed it.
Officially here in-house. We'll get you to sign that here in a few minutes before you head out. I got the NDA drawn up and printed. My lawyers have checked it. It's very thorough.
Riddick.
Exactly. But anyway, yes, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you for all the donations, super chats, all that good stuff. I hope you enjoyed another weekly stream. Next week, I think we're good. I don't think anything's going on, is there? I don't
think
know.
so. It'll be Father's Day, but
You said next week you're going to do the Patreon, early stream.
Oh yes, thank you, Kate. Look at there, he's doing his job. No, yes, because we were going to start this week doing the private Patreon streams before. I will get on Patreon with to you guys about that too. But so next week we'll start the Patreon private streams before we go live here. So I'll get on Patreon, I'll make a post about it, and so Patrons, be sure to check that stuff. So we'll do that next week. We didn't want to start that tonight when K-Dubs decided to join us. So we will definitely do that. So yeah, I think that's it. As far as this week goes, I'm not doing any videos. I'm just quitting. No, I think I'll jump back into the foreshadowing thing. I already got notes from that next episode. I think I'll do that. But I'm not 100% sure. If something comes up, any news, big news, I'll drop something. Obviously, any more news about the prequel, perhaps. I doubt we'll get much more about that. But I'm trying to think of any new theories or whatever. I'll pop up. Leave questions when this posts the video if you're watching it, and I'll do another question of the week or question of the day thing. As many of those as I can. I just hadn't seen any questions lately, actually, so I hadn't done them. But anyway, look for stuff. Look for something. So, anyway, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate you hanging out. Thanks for everything. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the likes, shares, subs, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Restore your dead to life, but perhaps I can give you justice in the name of our king. perhaps I can give you justice